Prosperity book of life. Make your mark. Jamaica roll a call. Hello.
Last warning for downstairs congregation. Last warning for downstairs congregation. Upstairs the meeting there. Any other meeting, you no meet out the road. Upstairs, now.
Is your name written there in prosperity book of life? Make your mark. Jamaica roll a call. Hello.
This meeting is not prepared to see one empty chair. Understand that? We are to the world, not prepared to see one empty chair. Any other meeting downstairs, beat the road. Inside here, run it. Hello, those little small pockets of congregation downstairs. Those little small pockets of congregation downstairs. The meeting is upstairs. No. Them little pocket of congregation. Upstairs the meeting, that any other meeting out the road. You know, come up. Out of that.
One. We are the government. Going back to parliament. Labour alone. We give our vote. Labour Party we love the most. And them alone again people. Tell them again. Vote for Labour. Make we vote for Labour. Answer heart and vote for Labour. Jamaica. Let us vote for better Jamaica. In this election.
Labor rights outside here. One meeting inside. One meeting inside. All the little small pockets are gathering. Miss will find yourself inside the action. All the little small gathering. Pockets of labor right we catch. Uno meet somewhere else and talk. One meeting in here. Show labor right.
Jamaica. Let us vote for better Jamaica. In this election, let us vote for the Jamaica Labour Party. Vote for Labour. Grab your neighbor, vote for Labour. Tell your neighbor we vote for Labour. Everybody just vote for Labour. Tell them vote for Labour. That's right. Me and me neighbor voting for Labour. Make we vote for Labour. In this election, tell your neighbor to vote for Labour. One, we are the government.
We are about to start. We are about to start. Final warning. We lucky doing now. Final warning.
Jamaica. Let us vote for better Jamaica. In this election, let us vote for the Jamaica Labour Party. Vote for Labour. Grab your neighbor, vote for Labour. Jamaica. Let us vote for better Jamaica. In this election, let us vote for the Jamaica Labour Party. Vote for Labour. Grab your neighbor, vote for Labour. Tell your neighbor we vote for Labour. Everybody just vote for Labour.
Show.
Tell them vote for Labour. That's right. Me and me neighbor voting for Labour. Make we vote for Labour.
When you are ready, head table. When you are ready. Whenever time you are ready. We're ready for kick from down
Let
here.
us vote for better Jamaica. In this election, let us vote for the Jamaica Labour Party. Vote for Labour. Grab your neighbor, vote for Labour. Tell your neighbor we vote for Labour. Everybody just vote for Labour. Tell them vote for Labour. That's right. Me and me neighbor voting for Labour. Make we vote for Labour. In this election, tell your neighbor to vote for Labour. One, we are the government. Going back to
And also Minister Babsy Grange in the 80s. Patricia Reed, she was my right hand. She looked after all of my government affairs. And unfortunately, she passed in hospital yesterday and we want to acknowledge her in our prayers for her family. Let me ask everybody to stand. Acknowledge a minute silence. May her soul rest in peace. May her soul rest in peace, and light perpetually shine on her. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to have responded to the call for a constituency to host area council meeting today, March 9th. When the message went out from the area council chairman, I immediately responded, because I know that when you come to Portland, you will leave here energized and ready to go back to your constituencies and do the work. Portland has a history, and that history is that up until 2007, it was controlled by the People's National Party for 18 consecutive years. Until 2019, 30 years, it was controlled by the People's National Party. And today I stand here proud for the work that we have done over the years, including with my wife since 2019, where we are one of the strongest Labour Party parishes in I have won 5 elections since 2007. 4 elections and 1 by-election. And you know the most important part? Nobody come back a second time. 5 victories and 5 different backsliding. They give 5 different persons. My colleague here, Wami, say, in 2019, boy, we have a hard time to win East Portland. My colleague, Minister Desmond McKenzie, when the fake Rasta, fake dread come with all the goat them and all the way my promise, the most popular PNP candidate at the time, personality, and everybody say, just watch the ride. Just watch the ride.
I'm gonna mix up the original. Follow me. Come follow me now. Mix this. I'm gonna rush them like a pit bull. Mix with the rock.
So, I want to say today, because I'm not going to spend too much time, because the results are there. The results are there. My wife has come since 2019. And she has come with such an energy, such a passion, such a love.
Don't always keep a smile when they want me to frown. Keep the
my last welcoming remarks, because I have a speech to make as MP and area council member, but as the person who is hosting, I want to highlight a very serious concern. And this is related to Portland. That's why I'm raising it. I am very concerned, I'm very upset in relation to the upsurge in crime in Portland. We are not accustomed to drive-by shootings, and we have had 2 in the last few days. We are not accustomed to that. We have been accustomed to being the safest parish for decades, and we have lost that position. I want to commend the Commissioner and the Minister of National Security, because we had the lowest rate in murders in February in 25 years. And you can see the work that is being done. But I want to ask you the question: what has changed in Portland in recent months? And the truth of the matter, I have been here. No, it's all right. May I come down now? But I want to isolate this from the political speech that comes after this. This is as the man and the senior minister and government representative in Portland. I have been the member of parliament from 2007 to 2025, and everything remained calm. My wife has been there from 2019, 6 years, to 2025. We have seen an influx of importees and deportees. And I'm calling on the police high command tonight and the Minister of National Security. Flush them out, and flush them out quick, no matter who they are or who they represent. We are not going to tolerate it. And I can tell you that I will be on it from now until we restore Portland to its original state of a peace and safety. I thank you, but I had to raise that because it's a concern. I will speak more on the other issues in due course. Thank you, Your Council Chairman.
Thank you, Darrell. I can call him Darrell because he and I have come a long way. He was a little boy when his father, Dougie, and I remember Parliament. The issue, if not telling you one thing that I tell you before, Darrell was caretaker of Eastern Portland. At the time, I was certain Darrell would have won Eastern Portland and would have won Western Portland also. And Darrell, against my advice, shifted to Western Portland. And I got upset with him. But I have to apologize to him today. When it came to Western Portland, and he has held it together. Strong and mighty. That's all? Like a rock. And then when Action came in 2019, I had doubts about Eastern Portland. Again, I apologize to them, because she has become a greater member of parliament than her husband. And she can hold it together. And for that, we are proud. We won't bother going to roll call today. We're going to go straight into politics. But Darrell mentioned something a while ago. The issue of violence. And violence in Portland that Portland never knew. I don't care who like when I talk, but I talk the truth. On a basis of sight. When PMP is in power, violence is held at a level or go down. When Labour Party in power, violence peak. Okay, go up. Do you think that's a coincidence? No, it is not. It is not. It's an orchestrated thing by them. Because without violence being up there, they can't win. I know that violence is decreasing. These a-holes, like Bunting, they're chatting nonsense. But they are behind the P. I mean, call on him and say him do it. But the deportees that come here, them come with the violence. So I must face facts and say it as it is. That they are the perpetrator of violence once JLP is in power. The PMP can't themselves so go. Okay? When they're in power, we don't do that. But that's them. But with that or not, they can't win at all. It will be what? Third term, regardless what they do. Third term. At this time, I'm going to ask your own mayor. I won't serious about it. To come and bring you greetings.
You know what is the meaning of this? What it means? Third term. Sinful and wicked world that we are living in today. To God be the glory. Great things He has done. God is good. All the time. Shower labor rights. Labor rights. Let us reason. I want to let all of you labor rights present here today know that this is one of the most important elections that we have to face. This is one of the most important elections that we have to face. This is a time that we have to be united. We have to put all the differences behind. And who can perform, or a government who can promote itself on the performances of the government. And he has said it several times, and there's no one to step forward to contradict him. No one. You know what me see the other day? It sweet me and say I never see that yet. The way out they are desperate. Guess who they went for to come and promote the party? Who they went for? Who they went for? PJ Patterson. Who him too? Who PJ Patterson too? But the beauty about it, when they went for him and he came out, is the fastest I ever see a man run from the crease back to the pavilion. Fast shot, because he has no record. Nothing to tell the people that he has done. Labor rights. Labor rights. It is my idea. It is my idea that we ensure that all the workers are motivated for the election. All the workers should be motivated for this election coming, especially the runners. Some people don't think runners are important, and what I know, runners are one of the most important persons in any election. Runners are one of the most important persons in. Yes, labor rights. I like the vibes in the place. I like the energy. I can see that we are ready for the election. And every morning, as of now, when you wake up, you just see yourself as looking for an election next week. Look for it every morning you wake up. Just tell yourself that next week is election. So we have to do what we have to do. Because if we lose this election, what's going to happen to us? What's going to happen to us? God have mercy. Just imagine. Can we afford to lose this election, labor rights? Labor rights, can we afford to lose this election? Labor rights, are you going to work tirelessly to ensure that we win this election, labor rights? All of you labor rights, we have to come together in order to win this election. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to tell yourselves, all those who are having differences with each other, now is not the time for that. Now is not the time for that. I can remember when I was young, and me and my wife not talking. We have something and we're not talking. And when visitors come to the house, well, we start to look after things to the visitors, them, you know. And when she passed me here, you think me I talk? But the visitors you think me, but the visitors cannot pick that up. They can't pick that up. Right? So right now, our differences must be put aside in order to ensure victory for the third term, which is loaded. Show the labor rights! Show the labor rights!
No time, no place for your reason. Junkies watch your thoughts, they manifest activities of your thinking. And we thank you for being a part of our life. Them I wonder.
Here, council chairman, senior minister, and the best performing minister in our government, Honorable Darrell Vaz. I want you to know, Minister, that your work on behalf of the Jamaica Labour Party and the people of Jamaica have not gone unnoticed. And you have helped because of your stewardship in managing your ministry. You have held the Jamaica Labour Party supporters together. Labour rights. Now that I speak to the action man, let me talk to you. Where is with me today? Because we're no fool. They say time jungle time now. This government has been the best performing government since 1962. This Prime Minister has outperformed all our former Prime Ministers. Is rated and recognized throughout the length and breadth of Jamaica, not just Jamaica, but regionally, and is accepted internationally. He is the best Prime Minister we have had. The question of the third term is on our hands. And there's no question about, and I do not support, neither do I subscribe to the argument about if we win. That cannot be a part of your vocabulary. Get rid of that. That's a PMP talk. We are the government. We are the champion. We are the best party in the Western Hemisphere. And you, the workers, you, the supporters, are the ones that carry the banner and the flag of the Jamaica Labour Party high. Now let me address two matters with your indulgence, Mr. Chairman. I came as a candidate for the JLP in 2016 in Northwest St. Catherine. At the time when I was sent there, the PMP majority was 4,500 on us for 30 years. The constituency was held by their former chairman, Pickers Gill. When I got there, he had a lead of 4,500 votes. And at the end of the 2016 election, I lost the seat by 900 votes. When he realized what was coming before the 2020 election, he ran away. And he was replaced by the one that is missing from Parliament. The one who, since he has won in 2020, he was only able to beat me after 4 years by 127 votes. That is after him spend hundreds of millions of dollars to make sure that he gained the victory. They won that constituency by tricking the people, making promises to the people about they can move heaven to earth and that they can move earth to heaven. There's nothing more impossible than that. But they make promises and then fool the people. They trick the people. The PMP people are a bunch of tricksters. Them lied today, them lied today, them lied today, and them continue to lie. Don't believe anything that they tell you. Having tricked the people is now missing in action. And those who come to speak about they are the brightest one, that they are brighter than Andrew, that one that run around the place with a dreadlocks and come to Linstead and eat up all the pork over Linstead. I never see so much dreadlocks in the pork shop them over Linstead. But I have news for him. I have news for him. And I want the message to be launched from here today. My message to my opposite on the other side. He was driven out as a member of parliament of East Rural St. Andrew by his own kind, by his own color. And when that was not enough, him start to get himself involved in all kind of hanky-panky among themselves in the PMP, fighting for leadership. Who should get this? Who should get that? Him always involved in a passa-passa. Now, him same brighter than Andrew. If you are so bright, Mr. Man, if you are so bright, why is it that you can tell your colleague, you Graham, that he must come to Parliament and he must deliver the promises that he make to the people in Northwest St. Catherine to take care of their business? How come you so bright and you can't talk to your own kind? And how come you, leader of the opposition, say you are so straight? You have more integrity than our Prime Minister and leader. Yet you are incapable to instruct or to tell your MP, you Graham, to go to the constituency and to service the people. And why is it have you allowed him to be collecting taxpayers' money without doing his job? That's integrity. That's what they should be talking about. I hear when they came to Northwest, he's talking about them want to make sure so them control the seat because them want him to go around the country go tell lies. You know, some have a lip on him. Him behave like him is a linguistic. Him have a lip on him like you know who. What them call him? Chatty chatty. Come to the music round there, sir. That is who him is. A pair of lips with just chatty chatty. No substance. And I want him to tell us what is his name to fame. What makes him think that he's brighter than our Prime Minister? What has he done to indicate to us that we could say, let us look at it carefully? We're not fool. Chatty chatty, mouth a massy. That's all them have. A bag of mouth, empty barrel. You must not allow yourselves to be fooled by these tricksters. He admitted that him tricked the people of West Rural St. Andrew out of his own mouth. He said, trick them. We're not telling a lie, are we? So how come you now think you can come to Northwest St. Catherine and to have your way? Well, let me tell you this finally. The Labour Party is here to stay. And the third term is as sure as today. Show our labor rights.
When I see my friends become my enemy, I have to far. No link, no bar. Because I know the heart can't sleep with you.
Thank you, Amos. I don't know why my colleagues over here having fits artistic because me move my tongue. You know me nothing. At this time I call my good friend Dara Dabney from South St. Catherine.
Yeah, show a labor right. Then think we done. We just a come. Let me acknowledge the leadership of Era Council too. And most importantly, the leadership of Portland. Indeed, there is no argument. Yeah, man. When they come to St. Mary, they said argument done. Show a labor right. Let me take this opportunity to ask my campaign team from Southern St. Catherine to stand up and be acknowledged. Stand and be acknowledged. Because I tell you this, since 2020, when I resigned from the Universal Service Fund, I heard that the election would be soon. So I resigned July 29. August, I campaigned to the point where I heard that who has been called by Everett Warmington Fitzjackson as he walked off several shoes because this neophyte was testing his mettle on the ground. I campaigned for 1 month and the rest is history. He has never had such a margin as he had when I contest the seat. Show a labor right. I want to tell you that I sat down. I stayed under the radar. And I allowed them to think that we were like the dormant volcano. But we are preparing to erupt with an eruption that such man he has never seen before. Show a labor right.
Due to unfavorable financial condition, I am unable to cope. They must get a bill.
Hold it. Everybody is crying about the cut in the parish. And we are happy that some part of it is cut off. But we are not overly concerned whether or not legislatively it is enacted before the next general election. Because we are campaigning as it is, and such man is going to get a backside nonetheless. Show a labor right. We have put in place leadership for every single one of our polling divisions. And we are ensuring that the numbers that we require, bawl them, cry them, take us to court them, anything they wish to do, the backsliding is going to be the same. Show a labor right. It is going to happen. And I've told you, I'm telling you now, that I've put my campaign team on alert that the period of aspiration done in 2025 because victory is the only option. We're going to beat him street and lane, and I want him to document it because this era council meeting is where we are throwing down the gauntlet and say that such man who has responsibility for Portmore, that done. We are Jamaica Labour Party when the next election is called. You think, I tell you, we're not done. And I want every single one of you, if you're social media, take a picture of this face. The Jamaica Labour Party has a past. It has a present and it has a future in Southern St. Catherine. Show a Labour right. We are come hard and are looking in the camera and are saying to the Portmore people, when the election is called, don't be fooled by the semantics of Fitzjackson and the PNP operatives, because they should be ashamed of themselves. 32 years and they can't show me two things that Fitzjackson has done for the people of Portmore. They told us to come out, but we have plans for them. We have plans, and we are not a people of promises. We are a people that delivers on our promises. We are walking in the footsteps of our Prime Minister, Andrew Michael Holness, and we are bringing transformation to Southern St. Catherine. Show a Labour right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave you with this scripture. Quickly, Jeremiah 29:11. The Jamaica Labour Party is about people. The Jamaica Labour Party is about purpose. And the Jamaica Labour Party is about improving the lives of every Jamaican. From Labourite to PNP, I heard you not just change and support the Jamaica Labour Party. The scripture says, in closing, for I know the plan I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, and plans to give you hope and indeed a future. That is the Jamaica Labour Party. Show a Labour right.
Roy. Thank you. Plans going to election. You know, election has to be within the next 6 months. Is that April we'll meet in East Central St. Catherine for your council that Terlang. In May we meet in Central St. Catherine, Honorable Babs Grange. In June we meet in South Central St. Catherine, Dr. Wheatley's constituency. Election is in time after. Our last meeting is in July. So, your council will close this period with a grand gospel concert in Old Harbour. That will give us the impetus for the third term. As we always go to Old Harbour and give hope, prosperity, and the divine working. So I don't know when the PM going to call it. But me sure say the list come in May, so we can meet certainly in June. But I don't know when they're going to call it. But I'm calling you all back to Old Harbour for a massive gospel concert that we've never seen before nomination day and election. And this time I want to call my good friend from Southeast St. Mary, Dr. the Honorable Norman Dunn.
Show our labor rights.
Just like in the holidays, turn off the pagan and let it run away. Listen to what they got to say. Let the king every day.
Third term. Third term. Let me tell you this.
I want to recognize the best chairman of any era council, Everall, the Don, Warmington. One Warmington, never two. One of our best ministers of government, Darrell, action man, was. And for every man, you must have a good queen. Action and. I want to recognize all the other members at the head table and you, the supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party. Without you, we have no party. And I want to break a little bit from tradition because every labourite is an important labourite. Every single labourite. And I heard the mayor spoke about the runners. And the runners are some of the most critical persons for the party. And in this room here and right across Jamaica, we have labourites who have dedicated themselves to the Jamaica Labour Party. We see elders amongst us. We see supporters who have gone to prison for the party. And I say I want to break a little bit from tradition by recognizing all those workers. But I want to single out two workers that I believe need duly to be recognized because they are at every era council. They are at every political meetings. And I know a number of you also are there. But I just want to speak about two in particular. I want to speak about Cherry. Cherry from West Central, St. Catherine. Where's Cherry? Cherry, stand up, let everybody see you. See Cherry in the back there. Cherry, yeah man, she's in the back. And I also want to recognize a man from Southeast St. Mary called Choki. Where's Choki? Choki. Let me tell you, these are some of the stalwarts of our party, the unsung heroes of our party that is not recognized enough, like many persons here from Bab's constituency who is always with us at Era Council. But I want to say in all seriousness, because Era Council is not just about the music and the fanfare, but it's about the message. We always have to concentrate on the message of our party. So I want to say to you here at Era Council and those listening online and my fellow Jamaicans, and especially the people of Southeast St. Mary, the supporters of prosperity, the believers in real change, that we contest this election on our record and not our rhetoric. We speak about facts and not fantasies. That is who we are as the Jamaica Labour Party. Since the Jamaica Labour Party took office and since I have become the Member of Parliament, we have not just talked about development, we have delivered on development. Southeast St. Mary is no longer an afterthought. It is no longer a forgotten constituency. We have turned the promises into prosperity. And today I'm saying to you, we have laid out clearly, and there's no question whatsoever of the work that is done in Southeast St. Mary. No question whatsoever. So let us speak about some of the development. And we can speak about jobs. And you see where the polls have indicated as one of the strongest points of this Jamaica Labour Party government, the provision of jobs. We have the lowest unemployment rate in the history of Jamaica. And that is what we speak about the record. And that is why the third term is important for the Jamaica Labour Party. We speak about the economy. We speak about crime. And you have heard it. February was the lowest level of murders in Jamaica in 25 years. If these are not the things that persons should look at to guarantee a party victory in power, there's nothing else. We have done the work. The work is evident in front of everyone. And therefore, we are committed to real change in this country. We are committed to real opportunities. And we are just doing that as a party. When you look at small businesses are thriving right across Jamaica. And even here in Southeast St. Mary, through our CDF, more people have access opportunities for small business than almost ever before. When we look at the roads in Southeast St. Mary, we inherited some of the worst roads I've ever seen in this country. And I remember when Warminton was the minister and he came to Southeast St. Mary, he said that, boy, I know bad roads, but he never said bad roads as that in Southeast St. Mary. Now, Southeast St. Mary can choose and have its pride of place because we have repaired so many roads across Southeast St. Mary. When you look at water, we have in the Belfield division in Richmond, we have what is called a regulated water system that we have inherited from the PNP, where persons get water once per week. And if something happens to that water supply for that week, they don't get any more for that week. It has to go for the following week. And if something happens the following week, it goes to the other week. And I call it a cruel water system. But not only that, the infrastructure was so poor. And under this government, and Matthew Samuda as a minister, we have spent over $90 million so far in repairing the system at Coleraine. We have installed 6 brand new pumps there, guaranteeing a more reliable water system. We have repaired all the electrical facilities at that plant, ensuring that we have reliable water supply. And I can tell you, when the calls were so much, whether night or day, I have to be answering call about water. The calls are almost no more because this government is investing in the people of Jamaica and in Southeast St. Mary in particular. When we speak about education, education is a priority for this government. I am a product of education. And I'm sure all of you here are a product of education. And we see where the government is making education affordable in all areas of education. Not only that, but for persons who already have skills and for years, we know they are good electrician. We know they are good plumber. We know they are good mason, but nobody else knows. And what we have done, we have started certifying all those persons, even to go to the construction site to certify them. That is bringing prosperity to the people of Jamaica. But I want to say to you more. And we like to speak about negatives, and this is what I'm going to ask you as the members of this party. We have challenges in Jamaica. There's no doubt about that. We have always had challenges. But we are now in the best place we can ever be. And in the third term, it's almost a fact because management and good management of economy allows for things to happen. And if the economy is not managed properly, then we can't have the benefit. But this government under our leader, Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, is delivering on the management of this country, guaranteeing that we can do all the things that we want to do for the people of Jamaica. That is why the third term is important. And I will say to you, the PNP, they talk about time come. They have had their chance. They have their chance. So that the time come and gone. And I remember Currency was the architect of this. For them time come and gone. Because when you ask them, time come for what? Them can't tell you. Because if it's time come for management of economy, we have that part. If time come for crime reduction, we have that part. If time come for jobs, we already have that. So what are they talking about? So therefore, you don't listen to the rhetoric that's going on. Shun the rhetoric. Because what is happening before you, right before your own eyes, we are seeing the prosperity that has never been seen in this country. And that's why it's important for every Labourite to know that the third term is the most important term you can ever listen. So the answer is clear. Southeast St. Mary stands with the Jamaica Labour Party. Southeast St. Mary stands for the prosperity that we seek. And let me say to you, we will continue working. We will continue building. Let's move it forward, never backward. Southeast St. Mary is ready for the third term. Shower Labourites! Shower Labourites!
Thank you, my brother. Action on, my girlfriend, and there is wife.
Mercy. Shower Labourites!
Them try clip for wings so we can't fly out.
Labourites!
Nothing nice like Jamaica, roast breadfruit and banana. Under the tree with a glass of lemonade. Jump in the river, be ready for bed. No boy can't buy me out, me no foreign
Let us
no
put our hands
Jamaica.
together for the era executive,
We wanna feel
led by my friend and mentor, our one and only Warming, the real Don, Labourites. We are in West Portland, and I'm hearing the speakers talk about the fact that I am now outshining the Member of Parliament from West Portland, Darrell Bars. But I want you to understand something. I have here. They have had 4 different representatives sent to me. We have the goat man, we have a bishop, we have one that have some kind of fame to his name, and now we have a deportee that have to be using a map to find his way around Portland. No connection except as a part of the plan by the opposition to gain power at all costs. 32 years, nobody knew that East Portland existed. 32 years, East Portland had no water, no road, no opportunity, no hope. No hope. Young people used to get their education and run out of the parish. No. This government that I am a part of has not spent millions on road, you know. They have spent billions on road in East Portland. Never in the history of East Portland that we have had so many programs to fix road. We have the REACH program. We have the Spark that is coming. We have the patching program, and the South Coast Highway is coming all the way through St. Thomas, right through Portland.
Hey, follow me now, I say you now.
No.
Hey, upset. See how upset,
No. Road is one of the #1 cry in East Portland because some of the roads, not even donkey could walk on them. And as much road as we fix is as much road that needs to be fixed. But it is impossible to fix
31 years of neglect in 5 years. Impossible. The entire budget for the entire island would have to be spent in Portland for that to happen. But if you look on what has happened in the last 5 years, you can be assured that within the next 5 years, we will almost reach where we want to reach. Now, I am here to give an account of my stewardship in my seat. This is what Era Council is about. I've spoken about roads. I want to tell you that my free mammogram program, 200 women were able to go into Kingston this year to get their breast check. Cancer, breast cancer in particular, if you catch it early, it's one cancer that you can cure. And I'm urging all in here who have not done it, wait till October and join us. I have a lady right now that has breast cancer that is showing, and I have to be spending to help her, but you need to catch it early. I see where too many people are having cancer, and I'm urging the women to get tested. We spent over 9 million on education. Carter Park, when a gold pen, and today we are able to play night football with a stadium level light in East Portland. This government understands sports and education. And I am urging the youths in Portland, because we take Portland as one. East and West is only for purposes of election. Together, my husband and I are steering Portland. I am urging the youths to take advantage of the HEART program and get yourself certified and upskill, so that when the Boundbrook begins and is completed, you will be ready for the jobs that this unprecedented development will bring to our parish. You have no excuse. It is free up to level 4. And if you can't come to HEART, they are so interested in upskilling our workforce across the island that they are willing to come into the communities to train you in whatever you need to be trained in. A legacy of one of the greatest prime ministers in this country, Edward Philip George Seago. I want to announce today that Norwich Heights, a product of the opposition failed Operation Pride, that for 30 odd years they had no roads. I want to announce today that the government has made available $80 million to begin the refurbishing of the roads in Norwich Heights. Papers are signed and we are ready to roll. But I want to give you a backstory to this development with hundreds of people. When I got there, they did not have water in their pipes. And with this government and the action team, we were able, Norwich Heights has water once per week. And many people would say once per week is nothing, but you can imagine no water as opposed to once per week. Nobody don't born big, and everything will take time. This government is working to ensure that water is in the pipes of every citizen, but it is impossible to upgrade a system in 5 years. The population has grown, and over the 30 odd years, they did nothing to capitalize on the water that is flowing freely in Portland and the rain that the Lord sent down on us. We are making use of that and taking advantage of that despite the drought that we have been in. So, I want to come to one thing, which is the most important thing for us now. And several speakers have spoken about it. A united Jamaica Labour Party is unstoppable. You hear what I said? A united Labour Party is unstoppable. I know we've been having challenges. And the thing about it, you know, the Jamaica Labour Party, which is a difference from the other side, everybody's allowed to have their opinion. We don't follow like sheep. I want to say to you tonight, this election, as the mayor has said, is one of the most important elections in our history. We're not going back. We're not going back to the days when we have to stand up outside people's door, knocking and with our hand out, begging for funds, for roads, and all the things that we need, and what should be made available to the citizens of our country. We're doing it ourselves because of the fiscal management of this government. Let us unite. Runners, indoor, outdoor, cluster. Get your 1 in 20s. Canvass your list. Do your hot canvass over and over. Pretend like you know that the government will call the election next week, because there's no more time to waste. The election is due September, but it is at our Prime Minister's discretion to call it whenever he chooses. Let us not be caught without our lamb's trim and ready to roll. It is not if and or must or maybe that this government is not only the best government in this country, but that this government will return for the 3rd term. But we only can do that if the JLP family unite from Negril Point to Rocky Point. From one end of the island to the next, we have to put aside, because this is not about us. This is about the future of our children and the future of this country. Our forebears charted a course to ensure all of us can be in here wearing our colors freely. And we must ensure, it is up to us to ensure that we leave a better Jamaica than the Jamaica we find. So, my Portland family, my JLP family, as this band says, we, the Jamaica Labour Party, we choose Jamaica, and we are going to keep choosing Jamaica, and we are going to ensure victory and prosperity for all. God bless you.
It is the best choice for East Portland. Anne-Marie, I tell me North East St. Catherine, they have used pickaxe to dig out my good friend here, Crencia. Then he just come back home, and we call it excavator dig out yourself. Going forward, there is a liver for your strength. At this time, I will call my good friend from North East St. Catherine to speak to us, Crencia Morrison.
Labor rights. I requested this song for a particular reason. By the rivers of Babylon, where we sat down, and there we wept. When we remember, because the wicked were in captivity, and they did what? How can we? In a strange land. So all of you who want to sit down there and make PNP come back in a power, we not go sing no strange song in no strange. So let the words of our mouths and the meditation of our heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Labor rights. We don't miss, especially we in northeastern St. Catherine, we don't miss a meeting in West Portland. This constituency holds a special place in my heart. Councillor Grandison, you will tell them, MP Vaz, when we came to the by-election years ago, I remembered when I walked into a room and I saw a whiteboard with one paper right up on the board, and every minute somebody they go rub out something and write something. And me I say, Grandison, how are this? How are them sitting here? But upon political maturity, we found out that we were looking at the central nervous system of the organization and knowing where your numbers coming from. MP Daryl Vaz, I thank you for that experience. And so was it in West Portland, and so is it in Northeastern St. Catherine. I just want to salute my 3 councillors who are here from St. Catherine. Me love show off my 3 councillors, you see. I want to salute them. Listen, you see, next time, I say salute my councillor, I want to sit down there like, I don't know how, you know. And the wonderful people, like, you don't want to come flap me at Portland. And the wonderful people who are also here from St. Catherine Northeastern. Come up here, sign on my shirt. Come up here, sign on my shirt. But labor rights, I report to you from St. Catherine Northeastern that we are strong. Not only me physically, we are strong, we are solid, we are formidable because we have a formidable team. We work hard and we stay humble. And I'm going to borrow the words of someone who said, work for the people and they will work for you. Serve the people and they will serve you. Love the people and they will love you. That's how we operate in Northeastern St. Catherine. And you know, today we can say that we have achieved so much. Councillor sent me a list up here. Say MP member fi talk about Bamboo Ridge and O'Mealy and talk about the water system. And I know that Councillor Grandison want to talk about Troja Road. And he wants to talk about the water system in Riversdale. After 40 years, Riversdale are going to get water. And I know Councillor Johnson is happy about the road that is being done in York Street. And people may ask the question, so hold on a minute. Wasn't this seat voting for the JLP in Councillor Turner? Wasn't this seat voting for the JLP all along? Someone I jump up for. I'll be glad to answer the question. And that's why I draw that song, Newton Amos by the rivers of Babylon. I just want to salute those seats that kept voting for the Jamaica Labour Party during the times when the party was out of power. Those hard and terrible days. Oh my God Almighty. Hold on. Those days when labor rights are come from meeting if you walk with change a shirt. Because if they walk through certain areas, people stone them. Those days when people call with dirty
constituency, drop it low. Woman are ready for dash out yet. I salute those constituencies that stayed with the Labour Party, Miss Will, during those tough times. Because I am of the view, MP Warmington, that seats like Northeastern St. Catherine, where no matter how we wind blow, no matter how it shift, guys, they'll have vote for Labour. Georgia have vote for Labour. And Mount Industry have vote for Labour. I believe that those seats were starved of resources. They were punished for voting for the Jamaica Labour Party. But you see, under this new leadership, you see, under the nice breeze here we are blow, Northeastern St. Catherine is seeing better days. And let me tell you something, my constituency, Sarah, we're not changing that dial. Labour rights, we are not going back. We come from far, you know, Keith Blake. Wami, you remember the days when we used to have the area council upon liquor and nothing? We are coming far. And in order to appreciate where you are and where you are going, you must never forget where you are coming from. Labour rights, let me tell you something, and I want to talk to you serious. One of the things that we as Labour rights don't talk about enough was how Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, Dr. Nigel Clark, and the excellent team from the Jamaica Labour Party managed the COVID-19 pandemic. We need to talk more about it in our Labour rights. Because this is something that could have caused total collapse and devastation. And when I watch how Team JLP MP done hold it together and care with you. I wonder if he select a good like that thing can find his song. How we cross up. I mentioned COVID-19. When you look now about some of the achievements that we boast, road improvement, infrastructure. When we talk about the health care, the improved health care, improved services in education. When you think about what this government has been able to do with heart, part, pensioners, the best increase we have in minimum wage. We cross over, you know? We cross over, you know? When I'm doing house to house now with Councillor Davis, and when Councillor Davis asks, are you 75 years old? Because she's ready to sign them up for the program for those 75 years and older. Some of us not even understand what it is, the extent to which this government has achieved. We have done well as a party. And let me hear the applause for our Bonononos Prime Minister, Dr. the Honorable Andrew Michael Holness. So let me tell you something. When we think about skills training, when we think about the LIFT program and the CARE program, and that young people can go heart free, when you think about the fact that we are seeing the lowest levels of unemployment in this country under Labour. So when you hear PNP, I can't talk about nothing one, you look on them and tell them, say, come down off of the app and go look at work. Go look at work! Because it is there. And if you don't want to go look at work, at least go look at skill. Because Dr. Andrew Holness provided for we, and he did it for you. Go look at work. Labour rights. This is a sober government. Very sober government. If you understand anything about the party leader, him no rere, He had no light. Nobody can boost him. Nobody can come push him for go do no foolishness. Not our party leader. And when you compare this, listen to me now, Labourite. Come at me and you talk. When you compare this with a former prime minister, no other person of no less courage than Percival James Patterson, of all persons, defending his then government's management of the financial meltdown of the 90s, FinSac, which brought this country to its knees, almost wiping out an entire generation of entrepreneurs. I think it was over 40,000 businesses that collapsed. An impact that was so devastating, Labourites, that many Jamaicans committed suicide. Many of them run away, flee Jamaica, and many of them to this day have not recovered. Labourites, what they dealt upon Jamaica was massive debt and low growth. It is, you see, this that happened, Labourites, let me pay attention. This is a scourge and a stain in the history, in the PNP's history of the management of this country's financial affairs. And let me tell you something, by that utterance of the former Prime Minister, Labourites, if given another chance, them would have done the same thing or worse. I believe, Councillor, that it is a gross disrespect to the people who suffered. And I believe that the utterance is a disregard of Jamaicans, utterly unconscionable and heartless utterances. Regrettable. But you know what? We are never going back to those dark and evil days, hostile financial management of this country. Let me tell you something. Our Prime Minister and Party Leader, Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, is not a run-with-it leader. Is not a run-with-it leader. In fact, I will tell you that many of us as sometimes when we may want something in our constituency, we may go to the party leader and we say, party leader, why you not just do this? Why you not just let go that and free up that? And he would ask the question in his usual measured tone, how are we going to afford this at this time? How is this of high priority? Sometimes the response is, leader, we don't have to think about that now. Make we think about that later. But for right now, you see, if you do this, we win. And his response is something akin to this. I don't run a country like that. That a PNP business. I saw them do for them business. And that did mash up the country. I am not going back and I saw my thing set. That is the kind of measured leader that we have. The man can balance. Because it's a balancing act to make sure that anything that you do, it is fair. This is we say equal rights and justice, is our everlasting song. So we not gonna do anything as a country that is going to hurt the poor, that is going to hurt the vulnerable, that is only going to favor one set of people in our country. We are building a better Jamaica, a stronger Jamaica that works for all. Not a few, but for the whole away. Labor rights, in closing, I have to encourage you. We not drop this. We not drop it, catch. We not drop it. We not drop it. We not drop it. We stand on a record of performance. We have done the work, and now we assess, Jamaicans are saying that this is the government that works. This is the government they can trust for jobs and building lives. So the only way we can lose it is if we become careless. So let me tell you something. We not only want to bad in a meeting and jump up in a meeting to nice song with a bad in our PD. Bad in your PD. And I must say, labor rights, it is no time for us to go to the highways, to the byways, every street side, every lane, every corner. Go to the people. We stand on a strong record of performance, and therefore we can go to the people confidently talking about the achievements of this government. Let me warn you, labor rights, in my own constituency, on election day, Chairman Warmington, 10 o'clock, enough of the runner then piff drunk. Driver drunk, runner drunk, and run up and down all over the place. We win already. We win it national. Listen to me, no, do it. No, do it. No, do it. It is not over until the last ballot is in the box. Shower labor right, I love you. Blessings.
We're gonna meet, as Karen just said, the training. Mr. Portland Del Vaz coming forward.
Labor rights. Good afternoon. You know, as I sat there and I was reflecting on my political journey, which has been from 1986, when I became councillor in the Waterloo Division, and from 2007 to 2025, 4 elections and 1 by-election, 5 times the people of West Portland have elected me. And they have elected me on one basic fundamental reason, and that is my motto, that I implore all new candidates to follow, and even those of us who are veterans. Work for the people, and they will work for you. Love the people, and they will love you. Defend the people, and they will defend you. Protect the people, and they will protect you.
Oh, God bless, no man curse. Trust me. And get this. Rudy don't fear, no boy. Rudy don't fear. Oh, youngster don't fear, no boy. Youngster don't fear.
I want to give a very balanced speech this evening. We are now on the heels of an election due in September. So in December, when I met with my workers and my delegates, I said, on your marks. Today I meet with the area council in Portland, area council 2, Portland, St. Thomas, St. Mary, and St. Catherine. And I can say without fear of contradiction, today is get set. Today is get set. which means that our focus must be on political organization and the performance of our government. We have a decision to make. The people of Jamaica have a decision to make. And that is, as I have always said in recent times, performance out of lies and propaganda. This Labour Party is campaigning on their performance. The opposition has not stated any plan, has not campaigned on their past performance and their policies. Empty barrels make the most noise.
Some me say them can't on ya. From them not speak no truth, say them can't on ya. From them man is the little youth, say them.
Let me go back in history. To win the first term of the Andrew Holness administration, we had to overcome arguably one of the most popular leaders in the People's National Party. And we did it. Not by much, but we did it. Performance over propaganda. In 2020, to win the second term, we had to overcome the man that the PNP says was the smartest among them. But again, he was outsmarted by the Andrew Holness-led administration and handing them a backsliding they will never forget. Let us move to now. Labor rights, as we approach the third term, it is not only about popularity and it's not only about smarts. This campaign has transformed itself into a battle for the truth. We face an opposition led by a disingenuous leader and a disingenuous general secretary who will stop at nothing to malign members of the Andrew Holness-led administration. So before the political season goes any further, I must give Area Council 2 some truths. I start with myself. For almost 40 years, the People's National Party has been maliciously defaming me and targeting my family for political reasons. For years, I made it slip. And I just go on, do my thing, because I know that this was hard for broke. Hard for broke.
You live the life you love. You live the life you live. Everything you want with my job will give.
Don't make it slip.
Three things I bring from Jah.
But you know them have a saying going around now. Say time come. Well, let me tell you which time come. The General Secretary of the People's National Party has passed his place with me. And in July 2026, me and him have a court date in the Supreme Court. So if you can talk the talk, you better make sure so you can walk the walk and pay some big money. If it's one thing that I'm going to do before I go home and take care of my grandpicnic them, is I am going to get justice. I'm going to get justice so that what has been done to me will happen to no other politician in the history to come of Jamaica. We must stop it. I see that they have gone back to the 70s. I see Area Council member Richard Creary got a $10 million. Them have to add some zeros to that when my time comes. I see James Robertson, Deputy Leader, have a case. I see former Member of Parliament, Otney Lawrence, has a case. And I encourage them to pursue it because time come to stop it. Time come to campaign on your policies, your performance, and not propaganda and innuendos and nastiness. The recent polls from Dan Anderson and Blue Dot will confirm that the Jamaica Labour Party going for its third term remains active and strong. But we have work to do. A third term is not something you take for granted. And in Portland, Area Council Chairman and members, I can tell you that you can tick off these 2 seats and concentrate on the other parishes. But I'm going to go further. I'm going to go further. I go back to 2016, where we won 32 seats. We won by a narrow margin. We need to hold those 32 seats and pick up some more. And in the area council, I can't speak much outside of to my left and to my right. And to the left of me, going towards St. Mary, is Southeast St. Mary, which was not won in 2016. I am here to tell you today that I will be working with Norman Dunn and deliver in Southeast St. Mary whenever that day is called. To my right, going towards St. Thomas, I have Eastern Portland, Action On. And I can tell whether they want to bring importee, deportee, whatever they want to bring, whoever they want to bring, I can tell you. Don't make nobody tell you nothing else. I am telling you, tick off that, because anything is anything. So to my colleagues, I say, make sure that you don't get caught up in the hype. You do the work, because we have the performance to campaign on without a shadow of a doubt. And I have said it before and I'll say it again. The best administration since independence under Andrew Michael Holness, and I say it and I will say it again. Everybody knows that I don't need a poster to tell me what is happening. I'm a man of the ground. I stay on the ground. I don't get caught up in the hype of ministry and the trappings of power. And that is part of the reason why I'm successful. But I'm a political professor. I was a scientist, and I moved from that to a professor. Let me tell you where we are and what has transpired since September last year. The People's National Party took a gamble, and they went all out up to their conference to build a vibe and to hype up the place, because they thought that there would be an early election based on the Integrity Commission report on Prime Minister Holness. They thought and were already picking ministries. Because me have plenty of PMP friends. Who want what? As a matter of fact, they must fight among them one another who must get what. Let me say that the PNP politicized and has continued to politicize the work of the Integrity Commission for political advantage. It is wrong. It is wrong. The Integrity Commission and agencies such as that are independent must be allowed to function without political interference or political use. So when they talk about the Prime Minister and his integrity report and talk about illicit 6, illicit 8, and the Integrity Commission come out and say, nothing no so. Them insist that is a Labour Party, knowing that they have among themselves persons that would be in the same position because it is a unbiased process. They did not get the election. They had their conference and jump up and down, and they are in dismay because they can't understand how they are going down in the polls when they should be going up, getting ready for government. I can answer the question for them. Tom drunk, but Tom no fool. Tom want to hear your plans and your policies. They don't want the bad mind where you just tear down people and tear down agencies of government every day, all day. And then them say they don't want to put out their manifesto too early because we will steal their ideas. Well, I tell you where though. Budget start Tuesday with Minister Favour Williams. And then after that, you have Prime Minister Andrew Holness. And on their side, you have Julian and you have Mark. You will be able to judge and see who has the better policies and who has the better performance because the numbers are going to be displayed in Parliament. And the plans have to be displayed in Parliament. So we don't have long to wait. What I would say to you at Area Council here today is continue to do the work. Don't listen to the noise. Watch the seal. And if everybody goes back and does what MPs Warmington, Herencia, Anne-Marie Vaz, Norman Dunn, and all of the caretakers that are gathered here today, we will get the results. I don't need to tell you the performance, because if you look at it and you look at what we have done with the economy, yes, inflation is a problem, but I am sure that the Prime Minister and Minister Williams will outline plans to ease the burden and the pain from inflation, which is an international problem, not a Jamaica problem. I know that the only house that the PNP really care about is Jamaica House and Garden House at any cost. And when you look and you compare Darrell Vaz, who has held this seat 4 times, 3 in government, 1 in opposition, and you look at those on that side who lost in 2016 and 2020, all of them are run around Jamaica and look for safe seat. Some gone from St. Portland to St. Catherine. Some gone from St. Ann to Westmoreland. One gone from Manchester, right next door in a Manchester. Me never know say a man could have a more nerve than a bad tooth. That him don't go back to the seat where him lose Him gone to the safer seat next door. When him have to drive through him old constituency, every time him go to South Manchester. Oh God, man. Tom drunk, but Tom can't be that fool. Today, when I was driving here, I saw something come up that the PNP having a meeting in Port Antonio at the marina with the candidate and the president of the PNP and my good friend, Uncle Ralph Gonzalez from St. Vincent and Grenadines. He is now the Prime Minister and has been the Prime Minister for about 40 years. And the question I ask myself, Wami, Uncle Ralph, I know him well. And when I say that, I mean it. Know him. What Uncle Ralph could have really come to Portland, come tell the people of Portland as to what him can do for us, when we can do more for him in a St. Vincent than him can do for we in a Jamaica. What is going on? What is going on? Anyway, I wish him well, and I hope he enjoys the beauty and the scenery and the love of the people of Portland. You know, I could have talked from now till tomorrow, but I want to stay focused. I want to stay on script because these are very serious times, and the decisions that are facing Jamaica is probably one of the most serious decisions in relation to continuing what we have been doing as against reversing and going back in reverse to the 70s. Ladies and gentlemen, I am saying to you, you know that I campaign on issues. I campaign on performance. I don't campaign on personal attacks. And we'll never do that. And that is why this constituency supports me, not only the people who I came and found as laborites, but people who have common sense to judge. And I tell you all the time, and I will remind the candidates and the current MPs, when you run an election and you are running on a party ticket, you are running as a candidate of the particular party, in this case the Jamaica Labour Party. When you become a member of parliament, everything changes because you're a member of parliament for every single constituent in the constituency, regardless of whether they voted for you, voted against you, or did not vote. You have a moral authority and you have a moral duty to make sure that you uplift the people and the constituency that you now represent. Welcome to the music. I'm going to touch on something that was mentioned earlier. Something that I have a fundamental problem with. And that is the issue of the opposition leaders' citizenship status. When I renounced in 2009, I presented my renunciation certificate because that was my duty as somebody that wanted to represent the people of West Portland. In June 2024, after 2 years of hiding it, he finally came out and admitted that he was a UK citizen. He also admitted that he was going to renounce. To date, there has been no proof of that renunciation. And that is a problem to me and should be to every well-thinking Jamaican. And this should not be a matter that is to be raised on a political platform because the members of civil society have not seen it and deemed it fit to make sure that they call for it and get it. What is the issue that I have? It is fundamentally wrong for any person who is wishing to seek the highest office in this country to have allegiance to anywhere other than Jamaica. This is not about a member of parliament. This is not about a minister. This is about someone who is the leader of the opposition with the intention to elevate himself to the highest office. Mark Golding has a duty and a responsibility, and it should not be by pressure. It should be by morals and integrity that he comes to the people of Jamaica and clarifies and proves that he is now 100% Jamaican. I don't have no problem if you're born and get citizenship like I got because of my mother. But when time come, and you must be open, honest, and transparent, or go home.
What is again, Mr. Bailey? Come on. Take it time, man.
I hope that this is the last time that this matter will have to be brought up on a political platform. He must do what is right. He must do what is honest. He must do what is morally right. If he is a man of integrity. Ladies and gentlemen, if he does not, between now and whenever that date is called, he should be rejected out of hand by every well-thinking citizen of Jamaica, including members and supporters of his own party.
One more Jamaican gone abroad.
I want you to run a music for me. Eh? I'm an Anya. I'm an Banya. I now leave ya to go America. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't need to sell you on the performance of this government. Every day you open the newspaper, you go up on social media, you can see it if you really want to see. Down best month for murders in 25 years. JUTC, I can't even tell you. Because Michael Phillips, Michael, my good friend, a ball murder. Say buster go all over in a rural Jamaica. What I want to know is, him is a rural MP. He should have called me and begged me one of them bus to come to Manchester for him. But all them do a bad mind. The other route them. Bad mind can never prosper in Jamaica.
But I'm an Anya, I'm an Banya, I'm an Lydia,
I want you to take this serious. I want you to understand that we are at a crossroads in the history of modern Jamaica. I will continue to do what I need to do in energy, in transport, in telecommunications, in science, and anywhere else they want to put me, because I am a dedicated son of Jamaica who feel it is important for me, based on the privilege that I got, that my parents could send me to good school, to good university, a good house, a good roof over my head, and all that comes with it. And my only wish is to give back, which I have been doing for the last 18 years as Member of Parliament and 10 years as Minister of Government. When they go low, we go high. When they go lower, we go higher. I close by telling you and repeating something that Andrew Michael Honis has always said. To run this country, you have to fit, you have to fit, you have to fit. God bless you. Love you.
Everyone, everywhere, as we prepare to close the party's anthem. Lunch is served outside. Okay, the table is outside. Music? Downstairs, yes. It's downstairs for you, our guests. Labor rights, so now we guests, you know, we love you. You're at the heart of everything that we say and everything that we do. You make Area Council happen. DJ? Okay, we have good strong voice, you know, and we all know the party anthem. Labor rights after 2, 1, 2. Equal rights and justice is our